Hail now and well met, adventurers. Gather round, and let me tell you of the days of daring journeys and dark peril. Approach the table as we explore the adventurer's path. Hey adventurers, Shep here. Real quick, just one update for this week. Just a reminder that the materials are out and available on DriveThruRPG. So that means for the Sundered Lands, you have the main book. You have 4 region settings. We've been campaigning this entire time just in Calavar, but we've got the Calavar book, the Havar book, we've got the Heimbria book, and the Averno book already out. Jurat is coming out soon. Also going to be releasing a map pack real soon, but we also have the treasure table, the Downtime and Carousing book, also have the campaign or character builder, and the Taverns, Inns, Shops, and NPCs material as well. So all of that's available on DriveThruRPG. At the time of recording this, nearly 1,000 downloads already. I'm so thankful for all the support. Again, everything is still just pay what you want, so you're welcome to take it away for free. If you want to throw a buck in the tip jar, that's always welcome and appreciated. But most of all, I would really just appreciate a review, a kind rating, anything like that, just to help the work keep going. All right, that's it. Let's get back to the recap and we'll dive in. Okay, here's the recap. Last time we left from the north, we traveled back down south. We were looking for the bandits. We actually were, sounds strange, but successfully ambushed by the bandits. And as we were along the road, we managed to take one prisoner. And that one prisoner gave us the information about where to find them. We tied that one up to a tree, left him behind, and then made our way into the bandit camp. Once we got to the camp, we'll pull up the old battle map here. We came upon these 2 outbuildings. We're ambushed in those spaces, and we're able to defeat the 2 soldiers there. Made it inside. Hit the tripwire, unfortunately, which brought out the 2 bandits from here and a deserter soldier over here. Fought those 3 in the opening space there. We've been lucky. We were able to contain them before anyone escaped. Traveled this way in, fought a pretty good battle over here. And in this space, fought 2 more bandits and another deserted soldier. Eventually made our way back up to here. Now, in making up here, this is where we paused. We don't know it, but the soldier that was here actually spotted us, ran back across this bridge, and took shelter back here, preparing to ambush us. Didn't figure he could make it to safety that way. And that's where we stopped. Our group was preparing to go this way. Unbeknownst to them, there's a soldier in waiting there. Naso is injured. Chorus's healing spell not working anymore. He's miscast that already. And so we're in an unsafe environment. The timer is still ticking. Probably need to add a couple more onto that actually because of the battle here, which we'll do as soon as we get back to the table. But then our goal today is going to be to finish searching this area and see if we can get to the rest of the bandits lair and clear it out. And so there you go. That's the recap. And now let's get back to the table. All right, everybody. Here we are back at the table. Got all of our resources that are open, digital that we need. So we got all that set. Got the map of our adventure space. If you missed it, go back a couple episodes now and you'll see our dungeon design. You can see how we came up with this space and laid everything out. Did it right there in the episode live, so you can see how we filled this out. Our group is right here at the intersection. We had made the decision before venturing in further, don't want to leave any openings behind us, so we're going to scout over this way. And so our adventurers are going to head across. As we were talking in the recap, because of the battle over here, we need to add a couple more to the timer. We're not actually active with a torch because we already have some along the path, since there are humans occupying this space. But it does mean that we're ready for another random encounter check. So we'll get right to it. 6, so we're good still there. We're going to approach, and our group gets to the very edge of this tunnel. The tunnel opens up, and just like we saw farther or earlier in, it opens up into kind of a chasm. You can see up above, out along the way. Perhaps there's even the sound of rushing water deep below, maybe a river that has cut its way after centuries through this canyon space, or creating this canyon space inside of the cave network. And what we see is a rope bridge going across. And so it's not very long, maybe about 8 to 10 feet, but it is something that's going to have to be checked out. We've already made the decision. We don't want to leave anything behind us. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. We'll, with Naso being injured like he is, we're going to have Rotha lead, Naso coming behind, and then Chorus bringing up the rear. So the group is going to step into this space. And what we're going to say is the soldier, he didn't want to be over in the light. So he's going to be hidden back over this way. He made a pretty good decision to hunker down and hide over in this space. So our guys are going to come through. They're moving through from darkness into this lit space. So it's going to give their eyes a moment to adjust. And we're going to see if Rotha can see this guy, has any awareness of this guy before he attacks at all. So he's going to get one check, one chance, DC 12, 17. So he comes across, and just as he scans over into the torchlight, he then sees in the shadows this individual. Perhaps there's this chest over here. This is what we had decided was the loot room. There's the chest over here. He's just kind of braced up over the top of it with the crossbow, and he spots him just as he's about ready to attack. I'm going to let the guy still have the attack, but it won't be with kind of an ambush surprise kind of element to it. So here it is, just a straight up attack. It's going to be a 10 plus 2, so that's 12. No hit there, but that'll bring us to a very quick initiative with these guys, with this guy. So Naso is going to be up there with the 18, then Chorus, then Rotha. The bad guy is a 12. So he's going to fit in right here, but that's going to make Naso and Chorus before that. And so let's come back over to our map real quick. Let's get this dude out of there. And so we're going to have, switch back to the pen. We have the rope bridge coming across. Shouldn't be a long battle. Hopefully not. Everything going our way. We'll just kind of sketch it out real quick. And so Rotha has just come over. And there is this chest right here. The guy is hiding behind that. Got another one kind of over this way. Naso is just coming over here. Chorus still back here on the bridge. And you got the soldier over here with the crossbow. And so as we said, Naso is going to be our first one. Chorus after him, soldier, and then Rotha. So Naso, even though he's not doing real well, is still charging in. He still has a duty and a responsibility. So he's going to rush straight in, try and make his attack over this way. Oof, he's apparently feeling it. He comes up with a miss with that. Chorus comes up and into the room. Racing my own lines here. And so Naso's moved. Chorus comes into the space. Naso has joined him in. What is he going to do? He's going to scan the room and just make sure, see if there's anything else, any other surprises. And he sees if you remember back on our map, he sees the raised space that's back here. So he's got his crossbow trained this way, looking for any other potential attacks since they're engaged here. I know you can shoot into those melee spaces, but I just don't thematically like that. So he's going to hold back for the moment, knowing that Rotha is going to be charging right around the other side. So that gives the soldier a moment to attack back on Naso. 9 + 2, so that's going to be a miss. Chorus is held. Rotha is going to now rush around to the other side. Whoa. So aggressive on the dice roll sometimes. 13 plus the bonus. That's going to get it done. So Rotha runs in that way. Damage. Can't even see it. Nice. 7 plus his 4 damage. Comes in, just backhand swing across and drops the soldier there. They begin checking out the room. Can't see any other threats in this room, but they're curious about this space back over here. And as we begin to look, the elevation's going the wrong way. It goes down, and it is a completely dark space. So Naso is going to come over, grab the torch, and he's going to begin lighting the area. Rotha is going to be covering him just right up in front, and they see a number of people tied up, just variously manacled, dirty, disheveled, maybe they've got some platters of old food in front of them, just where some gruel or something is there. Clearly people who have been kept prisoner are in this space. And so our guys are looking here, and we're going to need to know, are any of these the guy we're looking for? And so if we remember, we're going to take a quick look back into the old campaign journal, and we're looking for the merchants. Let's see, there we go. Renata is looking for her husband, Zurab. Zurab is the person we're looking for. Are any of these people Zurab? I think either. What I want to do narratively is say this: Zurab was attacked by these bandits. The only question is, was Zurab killed outright, left for dead? The wolves got his body, that sort of thing. Or was he taken by these guys thinking maybe there's the potential to get ransom? You know what? I don't have a direct opinion on it. So we're just going to let the Oracle decide. Straight up, is Zurab one of the individuals that was captured here? 12. Yes. Oh no. That's a yes, but. So since it's a yes, but, it's either, let me think on this. He's either been captured, obviously with that's our yes, but he's sick, or he's since dead. He's passed away. Just the maltreatment, maybe some injuries he took. So let's say this. It's going to be one or the other. Is Zurab still alive? We'll let the Oracle decide. Is he alive? Yes, he is alive, but he's sick. He's gravely wounded. He's suffering badly. And so, as the torchlight goes and scans in, and they begin to look around the space, they see these grimy faces that shelter their eyes from the light. Rotha leans forward, peering in. Zurab, are you there? Zurab, Renata has sent us. At hearing that name, one set of eyes sparkles. They brighten up. I'm Zurab. Yeah, I'm Zurab. And with that, Rotha dives down the elevation change and sheathes his sword, and he begins going and undoing the knots of not only Zurab, but the other captives that are there. Zurab begins very quickly to explain, we were taken on the road. And he's wincing as he's got a wound in his side, and he seems very sickly. Perhaps there's an infection that's taken hold, and so with that, he's not doing really well. And And he begins to explain how they were attacked on the road and they had a leader. And the leader decided to up their game. And instead of just taking loot, they were going to actually send a messenger to begin ransoming some of their captives as well. So, having heard the plan, they begin to set all of the prisoners free. There is a total of, besides Renata, Zura, we know he's here. How many other prisoners have they taken? 6. 7 total prisoners are crammed together in this small space. And so with that, we'll come in and worry about loot later. Our heroes are so excited. They found their guy. They know what's going on now. And so they're going to escort them back down the tunnel and come through this way. Now, having crossed over, fought, and done this, it easily, oops, there's that. We've easily gone up to another check. So we're going to, wrong die there. Check our random encounter. 5. Still lucking out with that. They come up to the intersection. Is there any chance that anyone has done any other moving around? We'll check the Oracle. Yes. There is movement around, but there's a yes, but they're moving. And so we can hear movement, but they're not coming this way yet. That's the but. It's not that they're coming down. We hear some noise, and just in the edge of the torchlight, we can see a figure turn down this path. So we know an individual has gone that way. We'll wait just a moment, and then we'll begin bringing all of the prisoners out. We want to bring them out of this space. Now, the question is, do our heroes just simply leave with what they've got? Or do they make sure to finish off and clear this entire space? I think we're going to need to finish this off for a couple reasons. One, just good old-fashioned vengeance. These bandits are plaguing people. While they've taken a big hit on this group, there's nothing that says they may not build back up their forces and attack again. They need to be brought to justice. And on top of that, they're going to be dragging prisoners away. They don't want these guys hounding their backside. So with that, they're going to bring them back into the shack over here, put them down and give them some shelter. They're going to hand over rations to each and every one of these guys. So we're going to click off 6 rations from our group, 7. So we're going to go down to 7 rations off. Ooh, that's rough. We haven't even eaten ourselves yet today. So we're going to click those rations off, take care of these guys, and leave them there, because our hope is going to be that maybe we could clear this space out. We could get some rest, and then hopefully maybe Chorus could even heal Zurab, heal Naso, and we could make our trip back eventually. So with the trip down and trip back in, we're going to click 3 more rounds off. In considering, even though we're outside, this is all part of the one dungeon space. So we're going to have to hit another random encounter. It finally happened. We finally picked up a random encounter. We built the big old table, so it's a good thing we're actually hitting it, so we get to use the old random encounter table. And so let's take a quick look. This one's a D12 random encounter table, so we got to dust off the old D12 here and see what is going to occur. A 4. A cloaker is coming. Let's get the old Shadowdark core book up and get a cloaker in front of us. There we go. Now a cloaker, is a level 6 creature. It goes in lightless caverns. It's in a deep space. So since the cloaker is there, he's not going to hit us while we're outside. Let's say this. The cloaker has manifested itself. And the cloaker has come up out of a cavern space, one of these deeper spaces. Maybe the fighting that's been going on, the noise has been disrupting it. And so the cloaker has been just roused out. And so the creature has been flying through the cavern and is rolling up. Now the question is, did it come up in this drawbridge area or maybe even up here? So we'll call it just high, low to see where it comes out. Low. So it actually flies up into this training room that we've already uncovered. And the thing is going to come up and kind of come to nest in this space. So kind of flipping the DM hat back on again. And so it will have come up and roosted here. And so as our group begins to move its way back up through, this creature is going to come up, hearing the motion, and begin to ascend up the elevations, flapping those soft wings and moving along, hoping that its maw is going to come up and just rake right across our group as it's going along. And so it's in the back corner, and our group is going to make its way up into here, unfortunately, adding one more to the line as they begin slowly stalking their way, trying to stay on the hug the walls as they go. And they begin moving up. And the cloaker is going to come. The question is, do we hear the motion? Are we aware that it is coming? Oh yeah, we hear this. Those kind of flappy sections of its body begin to flap, since it's kind of a manta ray shape, and it just hovers its way along. But those leathery flaps go, and we hear it, and we begin to turn, and we see the cloaker come straight at the group. So we're going to roll straight into initiative here with this tight hallway. Oh, great start for Chorus, at least. So it's going to be, we're going to have to go to the battle page. We won't need a map for this one. Okay, so we've got the cloaker. Now this time we'll leave a soldier up there because I have a feeling we'll probably run into another one. The cloaker is AC 13, 28 health. Not great. So Course is definitely going first. I say that. Yeah. Bad guy could tie it up. Nope. Bad guy is thankfully at the bottom end. He's going to rush up in towards us. It emerges up out of this side tunnel. We can hear it coming, but our group is ready as this thing comes straight up at us. So Chorus did not have his crossbow ready, but the moment he hears this and this thing emerges into the edge of the torchlight, he grabs his holy symbol, he projects forward, Yariv, Megrovas, Lesutani Elenseg, and he's going to attempt that smite spell once again. That die is usually a bad one, so we're going to try this one. This one, not a great die either. We've already new session, so we've got a luck point. We don't want to start this way, so we're going to try again. Oh, man. I've got to find a new way to roll dice. They keep getting stuck in that corner, and he always ends up this way. So the spell doesn't go off. And to his view, everything just works the way it should, but this creature seems unaffected by it. It's so fell and evil. It even opposes the might of Yariv. And with that, it'll go to Naso. Naso instantly comes up, two-handed grip, charges forward, attacking right at its right-hand side. Sword coming, dice losing control. He gets a 14. That hits the 13 that it needs. He does a 3 plus 2, so 5 total damage for him. Naso comes up on the, or Rotha comes up on the opposite side, sword blocking at the ready, or shield blocking at the ready, sword coming up underneath, trying to get that thrust cut in, stab it right in its maw. No, he has a 3. He's going to use one of his Lux tokens. Let's see if we can do a little better for him here. Aha! There we got it. An 11, he's plus 5, that's 16, so that's definitely going to be a hit. Brings out the old longsword. 5 plus 4, so that's 9 more. So 14 It's at half already. So the creature's been thoroughly wounded. Makes its morale check. This creature wants no more of this. It rushes in. It thinks it's got some easy prey, but it's already up in the light a little bit. It experiences all of these attacks on it, 2 blows coming at it. So it banks, turns, and flees away as it dives back down the corridor, heading back down into its deep cavern and looking for home. That was lucky. Didn't want to experience anything off of that creature. The cloaker has 3 attacks. 3. And they're +4, so that could have been really bad. So that's just lucky that we got those attacks in, and its initiative was so bad because its screech attack that it could have done instead of attacking, that screech attack would have given us disadvantage and definitely alerted the entire place. As a matter of fact, with that, is there any chance that this thing screeched in agony and irritation as it left? Let's go to the Oracle. Oh, yeah, it did. It screeched. It screeches and goes, and it's a yes, but. And so we'll say that its screech went, but because it was projecting away from us, it isn't so powerful to have its weapon effect on us, but it does have this echoing sound that trickles along and gives the enemies a chance that they may have heard. And so let's see if any one of them heard. They do have a leader among. Oh, yeah. They all heard the screech. So with that, as we begin thinking about what's happening, we encountered this creature right here. Ahead, whatever else is ahead up here, the GM now knows that everything up here is on high alert. They don't know that we're here, but they do know that there's some creature that is inside of their cavern system. And so maybe, thunk, the door closes. And they're hunkered down, ready and waiting for something to come up. We know as we were headed out, an individual went this way. We have no idea if he's still there or not, but we're going to find out. As our group now begins to make their way slowly forward, one more check off the mark. The group makes it up here to this side tunnel. At the side tunnel, can't leave anything behind us. They're going to check down this way. Now, here's the question. Did that guy, we know from the GM side of the table, we know this is the latrine space. Is there still a guy over here, or did he make it out already? We went all the way and out. Most likely, it's a latrine. He shouldn't be there that long, hopefully. With advantage, did he go back is the question. Did he go back? Advantage towards yes. A 2 and 11, yes. He did. And so he ends up traveling all the way back. And what we find here is a natural hole that, and they're buckets and things. And you could tell by the smell of what normally happens. And they apparently just toss their refuse down this hole to wherever it goes. But we've come down the elevation, unfortunately, a side trip that earns us nothing. Our group then comes back up, but on the way up, we have to make another random encounter check. 6, so we're good there. The group comes back up, and as we're coming up, we're entering to where it's just dark enough that we're going to go back and have to pick up this torch. Chorus is going to hold the torch, backlighting the group, still going Ratha, Naso, Chorus, and the group heads up, and they see this wooden palisade that's been built and a door in front of it. And so they know they're in an inhabited space. The palisades don't go all the way up. You know, it's not a fortress or anything. And so they can see just little glows of orange beyond, just over the tops of these walls. And so they know that there's habitation back here. And now they're worried that maybe they're aware that they're coming. So there's no way about it. They know they need to go into this space. Before they do, they step back And Chorus is going to attempt again his protection from evil spell on Naso. He knows he's injured. He wasn't able to heal him, so he's going to try his protection from evil. He mutters very quietly under his breath, knowing the enemy's close at hand. Yariv Vedalim to Ganoash. He is a horrible spellcaster, everybody. He rolls a 2, nowhere close to casting that spell. And so he feels he's done his very best. Naso's going to go with that, and now the group is going to proceed forward. Rotha's going to give it a gentle nudge on the door, and the door's barred. He just gives it a gentle kind of lean in with his shield arm. And so now with his shield braced in, he holds, and he's going to charge in, and he's going to try and buttress his way clean through, going through, easily makes it in, crashes through the door, and he stumbles in, deep in, and now we're going to need to go back to the old trusty battle map. Off you go, my friend. And there we go. Battle mat is emptied away, and we'll come up to the new space. In the new space, we've got the palisade that is here, the door, which is crashed wide open, palisade wall, tunnel comes in this way, goes along, and give it another quick peek. Looks like we had a campfire there, and then kind of an array of beds and things. So there's the campfire that's over here. Campfire there. And according to our map, what we've got is soldier, a bandit, all standing ready. We've got the elevated space up over this way. And we have our Hexweaver, the bad guy. And we have his Mastiff over here. Rotha crashes in. Naso at the door. Chorus just behind him. And that's where we're going to go to initiative. So let's bring it up for our heroes. We're going to have a lot of different initiatives for the bad guys. So we'll just keep it right here on this page probably. Let's see. So we have got... Chorus is going to be at 21. Naso is at 17. Oh no, that's Rotha is at 19. And that's going to bring, so Naso is 17. That's great. And Chorus plus 2 is 6. So let's see. We're going to just do these one at a time. The Hexweaver is a 10. So the Hexweaver is a 10 right there. The soldier is a 3. Love this. Maybe clear some of this up before they even go. That's helpful. Bandit is a 4. The Mastiff. Yeeks! The Mastiff is an 18. Okay, so that's going to be our order right there. That's what we're dealing with. So Rotha crashes into the room. He sees the array of people before him. He's going to have to take decisive action. So he rushes over this way, not knowing who's who in the fray. He just is going to open up and attack. I'm the wildest dice roller ever, y'all. 19. So that's going to be a hit. He's got the longsword out there. Oof. 1 plus 4 damage, though. 5 damage. Bandit's only worth 4 points. So the bandit goes down quickly, easily, thankfully. The Mastiff comes. The Mastiff is off its chain, and it's going to rush straight in, and it is going to attack Rotha. Need to pull the old Mastiff up here. Don't want a hag. Don't want a nightmare, definitely. Scrolling through the old monster book. Mastiff, there it is. It has 1 bite plus 1. So let's see what it does. Nothing like having a rabid dog attack you. It rolls a natural 20. So it's coming in. It's got a D6 bite. It does 2 damage. And so we're going to come back over here. Rotha's going to take 4 for that. He's just going to double that up. So the Mastiff runs in, chunks on him. Naso is going to run in. Naso's got to make quick action as well. So, as we used to say when I'd play in X-Wing tournaments all the time, guns off the tables, fast as possible. So Naso runs in, hoping to remove another combatant from the field. 5. He is plus 6. That is not going to be enough. So Naso is going to use one of his luck tokens, hoping this is the last thing that they have to do. He's going to go again. 12. That's going to do it. Perfect. And he should be real close. Almost anything will take this guy out. 9 will definitely do it. So he drops the bandit. Bandits are no longer in the initiative order, just the soldier coming up. So Naso goes. The Hexweaver comes up. So this is a brand new character class that is inside of the Sundered Lands setting. I created a picture to try and help set the stage. So here's a picture of our Hexweaver along with some of his cronies there waiting for us in the cave. The Hexweaver is an interesting figure because this is an individual. Not only can they cast magic spells, but they can also throw hexes on people to give them disadvantage. And so he also has some other advantages that are at his disposal. He's going to start with a spell. He's going to begin with, I think, an acid arrow. So that's what he's going to start with. He is plus 4 to his spell casting. And so during our dungeon design, we actually fleshed him out as a full character rather than just using something out of the monster book. So he's plus 4 to his spell casting at his level. So he's going to try an acid arrow. And if we kind of take a look on the battle map, we see Naso's over here. There's a figure in the door. Doesn't want to hit his own dog with an acid splash. So he's going to go after this hulking brute that just went over here. This guy's an unknown variable. So he's just going to go here, going to try that acid splash spell casting check. He's going to need a 12. Natural 20. So this could be a big deal, y'all. This could be the end of our guy Naso. And so looking at our spells, acid arrow conjures a corrosive bolt that hits one foe, dealing 1d6 damage around. The bolt remains in the target as long as you focus. Yikes. So it's doing a d6. Let's see how bad it is. It does 2, but that's 4 to Naso. 14. Going to do a quick check on the character sheet. Naso then has 3 hit points left. If he manages to focus and hold this spell here, or if he gets hit by anything else, this could put Naso down for sure. So that's the Hexweaver. Next, we get to Chorus. Chorus sees a spellcaster. That we've got to stop that. So Chorus is going to take aim, crossbow, tunk. His spells are doing no good. Crossbow says 13 plus 2 is 15. Our Hexweaver is only, I think, armor class 12. So that's definitely a hit on the Hexweaver. And so we're going to put 6 damage on the Hexweaver. And so we don't need the cloaker anymore. The Hexweaver takes 6 damage, only has 15. So that's really good for us. The soldier is up, though. So the soldier, seeing that his boss has hit this target, he is going to charge in. He didn't want anywhere in that dogfight over there. So soldier is going to come up. He is plus 2 to hit. 13 plus 2, 15. Naso Armor class 15. Okay, let's see what this does. 2 damage. Wow. He is now 16 out of 17 that he has already taken. Most likely, as long as the focus holds, he's going to actually end up taking another hit this round. So big deal there. And that brings us to the very end of the line. We're coming back up to Rotha. Rotha has this Mastiff in front of him. He's going to go ahead and attack it. I was trying to decide, does he just charge this guy? Nope. Deal with the threat that's here. While he sees some stuff going on, he doesn't know the outcome of these things. He's got a wild dog on him. So he's just going to turn and just straight up attack this Mastiff. 9 plus 4 plus 5. So it's 14. And the Mastiff, I should have written this down. Did I? Did I write it down already? Yes, I helped myself. That's an 11. Oh, perfect. So he hits the Mastiff, should be able to take it out. 2 plus 4, 6. Easy. Mastiff only has 4 health. So he just stabs straight down into this thing, digs into its spine, pulls out, and then he's going to begin with the Mastiff down. He's going to begin stalking his way towards this figure. You! Wizard, spellcaster, fiend, prepare to meet my blade. And he charges in towards that guy. That brings us down to... Oh, Mastiff is gone. That's nice. Naso is up. Naso's got a chance here. He can save himself. He's going to attack the soldier. 8 plus 6. That's 14 on these soldiers. We didn't give them the full chainmail and everything else because they're deserters and things. So they are a 14. So 6 and 8. Let me just make sure, since it's dead on the line. It is. He is plus 6. That's going to be a hit. Let's see how it goes. Can he do it? Come on, get in the thing. 6 plus 2 is 8 damage. So not enough to take it out because it has 10. But he's done some good there. That brings us to the Hexweaver, though. The Hexweaver is going to try the focus. He holds the focus. And therefore, Naso takes 2 damage. The 2 damage is going to drop him down. Sometimes the little tablet doesn't go. So he takes 18, and so he is down. Naso goes down with that big hit. And with him going down, the Hexweaver sees him go down as he holds focus, sees this new approaching threat. Does he have the knowledge to do this? Nope. He panics. Instead of trying a more complex or nuanced spell, he just goes straight up Burning Hands. And so he's going to cast a Burning Hands spell. He rolls a 5 plus 4, 9. Not enough for Burning Hands. He does have his probability manipulation, which gives him a luck token. Crafty, evil, and devious. So he's actually going to use his luck token to try that spell again. Oh my gosh. He casts spells like I do. He rolls a 12 or a 2, and so completely flubs. And nothing. His magic, he's flummoxed as hands end up coming up with nothing. Chorus, seeing the soldier over there free and alone, locks the crossbow, turns, and goes to fire, see if he can get this soldier. 12 plus 2, 14, exactly what he needs to be able to hit this guy. 3 points of damage. Our guy is not much of a caster, but sometimes he comes through in the clutch. He levels over. Tunk! That crossbow fires, and the bolt goes and sails square into the soldier's chest, dropping him over. It is now just the Hexweaver all on his own. So the soldier is over here. That's down. Before anything else happens, the Hexweaver has not moved. He has been damaged, but he sees everything crumbling around him. Does he actually try and bug out, or does he stay for the fight? Let's give him a morale check. Everything's going against him. I was going to see maybe he goes with advantage. Everything's going against him. We're just going to give a straight up morale check. He fails it. So with that, he's planning, he begins to move back this way. And if you remember on our map, he has a secret exit through here. And so he begins to move here, clambering over his bedroll past the Mastiff's bedding and grabs hold of the curtains there. And so Rotha is going to have to chase him up there with his action. Rotha moves up into the space. And again, kind of like we did in the last session with the one guy trying to escape, we're going to give him one passing check, see if maybe he can snag hold of this guy before he goes. 10 plus 5, 15, more than enough to hit. 2 plus 4, 6 damage. That's only 12. So the guy is still up. And what's going to happen is we've determined that there is this very narrow passageway, kind of a bit of an upscaling chimney chute that comes out somewhere else amongst the rocks, kind of a back escape passage. So just as he's grabbing hold of the curtain, Rotha swings at him, bites into the shoulder, heaving into him. The guy cries out in pain, and he just rushes, does a full run for his turn to just break away as fast as he can. And with taking a full turn to run, Rotha's not going to be able to catch up to him. Chorus is going to rush over to where Naso is at. And that means we need to check Naso. How long does he have? This is going to be his first round down. He's a D4 plus con 2. And so Naso, Constitution is 1. They've got 3 rounds to revive him. So we're going to make a Naso check, and then we're going to make a first aid check. We don't like that die. It usually goes bad on us. So this one needs to have a natural 20 for him. Let's check for Naso, see if there's anything on his character. He's got armor comfort, which helps him with his armor, weapon training, battle ready, plus the hit name. No, nothing that's going to help him here. So he is going to make his D20 roll to see if he revives. He doesn't. And then we're going to make, Rotha's going to kind of come over and see if he can do the first aid. And so he's going to be +1. And so we need a 15 to stabilize. 13 doesn't work. We're going to have to go to the next round. We'll just roll them both one at a time. Keep it more in suspense. 11, no good. Can we? I haven't tried this yet, so let me just make sure. We're going to check the death and dying part of the game. Wounding. There we go. Okay. Death timer on each turn. Stabilize. An intelligent being can give first aid on a dying creature at close range. On a successful DC 15 intelligence check, stops dying. It doesn't say we can only do it once or anything, so I'm just kind of cranking on him, trying to get him back alive. So there's round 1. Round 2 is an 11. Both of us fail. Naso's last chance. Third round for him. 19. So close, but it isn't the natural 20 that he needs. Rotha's last check. Let me see if he's got any tokens here. He does. He does have a luck token at his disposal. If this doesn't roll a 15, we're going to use it and give us 1 extra shot at it. 2 didn't work, so we're going to go ahead, crank up to the old online character sheet. All right, spins his luck token. Last chance. Our friend and traveling companion Naso could be lost to us. I actually thought, well, we got all these chances. 4 rolls, but after a few minutes, he's trying to bandage the wounds. He's trying to gather water, maybe from some of their wine skins and things around, and just or water skins, and trying to pour water to wash this acid off, and trying everything he can to heal him. And after several just minutes of working and trying to revitalize and bandage this man, Chorus reaches out his hand. Rathar, my friend, he is gone. I can see his spirit has fled. There is no more you can do. If anything, this grief is on me. I failed to heal him. I appealed to Yarif. I was unworthy. I was unworthy. Of course, having a bit of a crisis of faith, he begins to stagger back out of the room. And eventually we'll go and spend time in prayer, offering up this brave knight's soul to Yarif, that he may usher him into his next life. So with that, that'll bring us to the end of the battle. We'll check one last time, because we'll consider the place secure and everything else. We'll check and see if there's another random encounter. There isn't. Chorus is going to wander out as Ratha stays in the space here. He's going to wander out, gather the people from outside, the sheer winds, it's going to be cold. He's going to bring everyone back inside. They're going to seal themselves up in this space, and Ratha is actually going to, once they're all secure, he and Chorus are going to go back outside, and they're going to bury their friend. They're going to bury him here on the hill with full honors. His sword laid in hand across his chest, and give him his final resting place. He had a squire that was traveling with him. I almost completely forgot about the squire, but the squire will be there and help them prepare. He always kind of stays outside with the gear and everything else. The squire mourns greatly over the loss of his knight, but they will place him at rest in this space. And eventually they will clear through the space, and they will figure out how to secure themselves down, rest up, and maybe heal up and everything for the night. They won't have to worry about provisions. There was more than enough stashed over here. We know that there was the private chest, and there were the chests here. So why don't we finish up our time with taking a look at that. We'll go back over to our treasure tables and see what we've got there. We had several different bad guys that were in here, and so we had 1s and 2s, but we also had a prolonged campaign of them thieving and all kinds of stuff. So we're actually, I think in fairness, we're going to roll, besides just random stuff that they had found. They had all the foodstuffs, bolts of cloth, things like that we just don't care about. We're going to roll on the tables here. And so actually what I want to do is, I had drawn just kind of randomly, but there were 2 chests. And so what I want to do is, for each one of the chests that were in the loot room, we're going to roll twice on this table, just see what we get in there. So first, we're going to have a 5, which is a C. And then we're going to find an 11, which is going to be a C and a D. So that's 1 chest in there. And the next we have a 4, which is a B. And then an 8, which is another D. So that's what's in those 2 chests. Then the main guy, he's over here. We're going to roll to see what he might have. Again, he might have coins, things like that. but he's a 4, so also another D. So we've got 3 Ds, 2 Cs, and a B. So we'll get the B done first. Just going to open up the old notepad over here just to see what we can find. There we go. And so what do we end up getting? All right. The 1B we've got is a 42. Small marble statue, D4, is a marble statue of 3, an ox. Of an ox, and it's worth 30 gold pieces. And I believe we've got 2 C's. That's what we gave ourselves. Yep, 2 C's and 3 D's. So then we'll flip over to table C. Always used to love this in the old DMG back in AD&D, rolling on the treasure tables in there. Always so much fun. So this is kind of a little nostalgic for me. 86. 86. Ooh, a potion of stone skin. Wow. I have to keep that. That's worth 200 gold pieces. Then the other one, since we're on the consumable side, 96. Oh my. A bead of webs. A couple of these are unique to the setting here. Bead of webs, which is worth 80 gold pieces. That might be handy. We may need to keep both of those. And then we've got D's. These are arms and armor. These may not be worth us keeping unless we roll something exceptionally high, but we'll see. And since they're in the treasure, maybe they're masterworked in some way. We'll give a chance for that, but let's see. 83, first thing is a shield, a buckler. Is it masterworked or not? We'll let the Oracle tell us. Is it masterworked? Yes. Definite yes. So that's going to be masterwork. Maybe it's worth a little more. Maybe it actually provides a bonus. We'll see. What else did we find in here? A 10. 10 is just a dagger. Again, it's in a treasure pile, so is it masterworked? Yes, it is. Maybe it's masterworked or jeweled. Masterwork, and our last find, any worthwhile value to us, 15, a great axe. And yes or no? No, it's just mundane great axe. So a mundane great axe is worth 10 gold pieces. The masterworked dagger, dagger is normally worth 1 gold. We'll say this is actually worth 5 gold because of its value. A buckler, normally 3, and we'll say it's worth 10 gold because of that. Obviously, there's more stuff to be found in here, just various materials, things like that, that, were provisions, stolen items. There's some loose coins. As far as we're concerned, we'll just let the group of merchants take whatever they can with them. Maybe they'll even grab some of the minor arms and armor, realizing they've got to march all the way back. But we're going to actually stop right there. We've secured the space. We've lost a valuable comrade, and we're going to march this group back and begin collecting our bounty and everything else. So while it was a successful end, certainly a sad one, but that's the world of Shadowdark. Things come, things go. And so we'll continue on in our next session and see where it takes our 2 adventurers. That's it, gang. Until next time, thanks so much for joining me. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you already haven't. And we'll see you next time at the table.